Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for 6 things that we learned from Juventus 1, Chelsea 0. 6 things we learned is my match review series. If you're not yet subscribed to GBFC, I'd love to ask you to do so. And unfortunately, if you're a Chelsea fan, there isn't too many positives to talk about today. But if you can still hit the like button on this video, then at least it's a positive for me. Chelsea were beaten by the better side. Juventus, I want to say, they might have only kept 1 clean sheet in their last 23 matches, but they defended tonight. It was bringing back memories of plenty of things I didn't want to remember, to be honest. Seeing Bonucci out there, seeing Chiesa out there, it reminded me of England in the European final that we lost just a couple of months ago. And then they put in a resilient, classic Massimiliano Allegri defensive display, and they score a goal within 10 bloody seconds of the restart come the start of the second half. Chelsea today, if I had to compare the last few months of Chelsea to what we saw today, that image behind me is us lifting the trophy back in May. The iPhone 13 Pro has just come out with a 1TB hard drive, allowing you to keep a load of music on it. What we saw tonight from Chelsea was a flipping Walkman from before I was born. We were walking, man for the entire game, playing a tune that sounds almost inaudible in my ears compared to what we've become used to. Chelsea were very, very poor. We were incredibly slow. We looked absolutely void of ideas from the moment Juventus started to really dig in. And I think Juventus actually began the game by showing Chelsea a bit too much respect, which actually surprised me, considering they're the home side. It is Juventus. They've not had a good start to their league season. I thought they were going to come out and actually give us a better game. The tactical game that they actually played was so much better than us. Allegri knew what he was doing. He knew that he could frustrate Chelsea by playing with low blocks. Cuadrado, who's often more of a wing-back, was pretty much playing right-back, just protecting Szczesny the entire game. Same as Alexandro as well. They didn't even need to use that attacking threat that they could potentially have with the pace of both Cuadrado and Alexandro against both Alonso and Cesar Azpilicueta for Chelsea. Juventus got it absolutely right. Chelsea got it absolutely wrong. And I think this is going to be a slightly longer discussion video today about certain things. I see a lot of people on Twitter, myself included, who are pinpointing individuals, because I think there were certainly individuals that didn't help matters today. And some of them I was just even surprised they even started, to be honest, because I think it's been a while since they've actually offered something in the final third, particularly for Chelsea. We will begin, though, with box number 1. And I do want to pinpoint Hakim Ziyech. I wanted to put both Ziyech and Kai Havertz in this box, but at least Kai Havertz at times looked as though he was trying to make things happen. Hakim Ziyech, I did not understand what he was trying to do on the pitch today. Romelu Lukaku wasn't really given many chances in the game until the latter stages of the game, which of course, when Chelsea are 1-0 down, you expect them to create chances for a number 9 that we spent nearly £100 million on. Hakim Ziyech, the work rate, I don't see it. Yes, there were moments where I'm trying here to really think about something good to say about Hakim Ziyech in this game. I know that a lot of people think that I've always had something against Hakim Ziyech. And I think the thing is, when he signed for Chelsea, when you come from a team like Ajax, no disrespect to Ajax whatsoever or the Dutch league, but Hakim Ziyech isn't playing against the kind of level of player that you see in the Premier League week in, week out. So of course, in moments where Ajax were building serious momentum, dominating the Eredivisie, he comes in and does very well against us in the Champions League, was incredible in Ajax's Champions League run as they got to the semi-final the year that Liverpool beat the mighty Tottenham Hotspur in the final. But at Chelsea, the moments of brilliance that we thought we were going to get on a consistent basis with Hakim Ziyech have been few and far between. And I am at a point now where, yes, okay, today we lost. There's always a slightly more emotional tone after a loss, which can be a little bit reactionary in a video like this one. But I am at a point now where I see Hakim Ziyech getting picked more often than players who I do feel deserve a chance more in an attacking position. And more often than not, I'm actually surprised that, once again, Hakim Ziyech doesn't seem to contribute enough in terms of offering potential shape to a Chelsea team. He's being kind of deployed through a central area. I've just seen on my phone, Ronaldo scores injury time winner for Manchester United. Oh, flipping brilliant. They're going to keep going on about that one. Ziyech doesn't do enough to protect Alonso wide when Alonso is struggling. And I just feel as though he doesn't get on the ball in creative areas enough. And more often than not, he misplaces passes and he's not in the right position to receive the ball without intense pressure from the opposition. I thought that Ziyech deserved to go off even earlier than he did, and at this moment in time, I wouldn't be starting him in any of the upcoming games. I would be giving the opportunity to somebody else. We move into box number 2, and sadly, it is the first time that Romelu Lukaku is in a 6 Things We Learnt video, and it isn't blue or green. I've given him a yellow today, and in terms of the chances that he did get, I thought he was poor. In terms of the movement that he made when Chelsea were trying to just pass the ball into the box or pass the ball out wide, pass it backwards, wait for an opening, wait for a turn of shoulder, it didn't come. Now the thing with Lukaku, which we know we're not going to get too much dynamism in the sense of he is a target man and he is a player who often takes 2 defenders out of the game, which should create opportunities for the wider players to create opportunities for Chelsea. That didn't happen today because Juventus was so good defensively. But at the same time, when we see that it's not working with the passes into feet or the crosses into the box, because Bonucci wins everything, De Ligt wins everything, Chiellini wins everything when he comes on, I want to see more movement from Romelu Lukaku. There were times when Ruben Loftus-Cheek came onto the pitch, and even though I wanted him to start the game, he tried to get on the ball. He got on the ball a lot more than any of our other players did in the first half, but there wasn't enough dynamic movement from any of the front 3 players, and I think Lukaku is also included in that, even though he didn't get anywhere near enough service in this game today for Chelsea. Lukaku was isolated, and again, he struggles against Leonardo Bonucci. Bonucci was absolutely gargantuan at the back today for Juventus. I've given Lukaku a yellow because A, the service didn't come in, but B, when it did, it wasn't enough for me. Moving into box number 3, Marcos Alonso. I'm glad he got hoiked off when he did, because there are plenty of times in Marcos Alonso's Chelsea career where we just see him put in a performance that really makes us question what he's doing in the side. I know it's kind of ironic and we can't sit here and praise the guy and then when he has a game like this be like, why is he in the team? Of course, that's why he's in the team, because he's been playing so well, but it doesn't make him void of criticism. And the performance in the first half, I feel like when Alonso isn't able to get on the ball as much as he would like to in the final third, he becomes petulant. And the fact that he got that yellow card was 100% the reason why he got hoiked off as early as he did. Yes, Alonso can be a great attacking threat if he's given the opportunity and potentially the time. And in terms of Chelsea needing a goal, Alonso's someone you're going to call upon. But we didn't expect to concede in the first 10 seconds of the second half. And he just makes these stupid calls. And then you see him running like a bloody headless chicken over to the right wing when it's like, you're not doing the job properly on the left right now. So why are you sprinting over to the right-hand side to try and regain the ball? I don't understand it. I think there was a lot of flatness within this Chelsea performance today where players took it upon themselves to probably do things and go out of positions where they didn't need to be. Alonso, it's just one of those Alonso games that we've come to expect over the years during his time at Chelsea. But we move into box number 4. It doesn't get any better, this, does it? I'm sorry, if you're still here, then absolute hats off to you. I hate watching my own videos back when we've lost. I don't watch any other YouTube when we've lost either. Kovacic. First half, I'm thinking, you know, when Chelsea need a player to really step up, knowing N'Golo Kante, who is our best midfielder, there's no doubt about it, Kovacic was so poor. And Chelsea was so lucky that Juventus didn't capitalise on the opportunities that we gifted them, and more often than not, I saw that from misplaced passes from Mateo Kovacic. I think also sometimes when he does get into the final third, the fact that he is so reluctant to shoot, so reluctant, or we're so unlikely to see him score a goal, means that at 60 minutes in this game, even with Thomas Tuchel making all the changes he made, I just didn't see where anything was going to come from. And I thought that Kovacic, the passing just wasn't good enough. When Chelsea, all we did was try and pass the ball from side to side. If we're still going to get that wrong and misplace the passes, then what good is there really to talk about? And I don't want to keep going on about this one because I want to spend more time talking about the severe, as I swallow because I almost wanted to say it a third time, severe lack of creativity in this Chelsea team. I want to kind of put the blame on Thomas Tuchel for not having a plan B. Kind of runs into box number 6, but I'm going to hold on to the creativity point for a second because we just looked like we had no idea what to do today. I think a lot of that was down to a lack of width. We really struggled with the way that Juventus sat back, inviting the pressure on, But Alonso and Azpilicueta are not the speediest of fullbacks, and they didn't push enough. Chilwell, I thought, looked sloppy when he came on too. Didn't do enough to put himself in the final third in better positions. Creativity is a serious worry. After watching that game against City, we look mentally drained in this game tonight. We look like we're seriously struggling to understand what we're being asked to do at the moment. And I think it became too pedestrian, too mundane. I didn't want to use the same analysis as I used against City because I thought tonight was even worse at times than what we saw against City. But box number 6, I've given it a yellow because he never got a chance to feature. Timo Werner. Now, the one thing I was crying out for, when Callum Hudson-Odoi came on, I'm like, fantastic, finally, we might have a better creative outlet. He goes on the right-hand side again. Callum Hudson-Odoi is best on the left. If you want to create some more width, which was something clearly lacking in this game today for Chelsea, you bring on Ross Barkley. I understand that. Ross Barkley can be a useful player in the final third. But when Timo Werner is a big money signing and he's not even brought on when Chelsea are looking absolutely dire in the final third, chasing a goal for dear life, you put Timo Werner on the right, you put Callum Hudson-Odoi on the left, and you go with a flat front three, with a middle three, and a back four. Change the shape, do something different. Juventus had our number all day long. It was poor, and I think Tuchel got it wrong, but I just see Timo Werner on the bench after such a shocking attacking display. What message does that send to Timo? And I mean, in terms of that plan B we're talking about, where is it? I didn't see it. I have no idea. But anyway, going to wrap up this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Second defeat in a row. At least I got this one out straight away. It's not after every loss that I don't want to post. It's just sometimes it don't happen. Today it did. Gutted. Anyway, thank you for watching. Come on, you Blues.